Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Rob in the building.
Yeah, the brother Dick Trace in the building.
Look, man. All right, look, we gonna go back and a few days ago we was talking about these student loans and Trump ain't having that shit. All right, so starting May 5th, y'all gonna have to start paying back your student loans. You know what I'm saying?
Stop lying.
Oh, well, I mean, that's what I meant to say. And y'all wish I was lying about that, and unfortunately, it's not going to be the same no more because you're gonna have to start paying some of them bills. And they said that if y'all don't do it, then it's gonna go ahead and garnish your shit. You know what I'm saying? I have to do another goddamn for that. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Dick Tracy? What you think about?
Man, look, I'm glad I took care of my student loans.
You got that shit out the way? You got that shit out the way.
Facts. Right. All of it. None.
Right. I ain't never had to do that shit because I never went to school. You know what I'm saying? Got that shit out the way early. You know what I'm saying? Right. Credit got to go up. Some people's credit going to be fucked up in the next couple of months.
Somebody's check going to be fucked up.
Checks is going to be, they said they're going after everything, even Social Security. All right? They're hitting them with the social. Look, man. They got to get their money. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We actually got a video, all right? I'm going to let y'all see the video as we see the video. And y'all let me know what y'all think because it's going to be very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Coming May 5th, all right? We're going to go ahead and play it. Let them see it. And we're just going to go ahead and sit back and relax and chill. Let's get it.
In other news, the Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion. But fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans? The Trump administration will never force taxpayers to pay student loan debts that don't belong to them. Student loan borrowers need clarity, and we're finally giving it to them. Borrowers will now be clearly expected to repay their loans, and those who default on their loan obligations will face involuntary collections. The government can and will collect defaulted federal student loan debt by withholding money from borrowers, tax refunds, federal pensions, and even their wages. Damn. America is $36 trillion in debt. We must get our fiscal house in order and restore common sense to our country.
People go ahead and get loans. We've taken out loans. I mean, we owe everybody that's about 40 plus years old have taken out a few loans. And then how the loan thing goes that you get a loan and then you have to pay that shit back. That's normally how it goes, you know what I'm saying?
Interest.
And some with interest, right. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how we got to the point where we just said that we're gonna get this loan and don't pay it back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know if it was a grant or a loan. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe you understand. Maybe you can explain this to me.
Well, you know, a lot of people get the student loan, and a lot of people don't even finish because life hit their ass right then that they have to get on the job and school get pushed behind and this, that, and the third. But, you know, they should have took care of this shit in 2020 when he deferred it. You know, they gave you every option to take care of your student loans then when the COVID had hit. Not just defer it, but dismantle it. Get rid of your student loans. I did it. Right. You know what I mean? I didn't have much though. I didn't have like $30,000-$40,000 student loans though neither.
I'm just saying though. I mean,
we 1.6 trillion in student loans.
She said that shit. You know what I'm saying? Elon said he got to cut the fat out of it. Look, first of all, look, man. Due to the fact I paid loans, I feel some type of way when someone feels like they shouldn't have to pay loans. Now, if you go on TikTok, you got a whole plethora of videos that's out there that's pretty much, you know, showing people that's saying that they're just not going to pay it. You know what I'm saying? Now I get it. If you just feel like you ain't going to pay, you ain't going to pay, right? But the problem is that they said they're going to just garnish
shit.
No matter.
If you want, like she said,
you know what I'm saying?
Either involuntary or voluntary, either way it goes, your ass got to pay.
Yeah, either way, you got to get it.
Like, see, if you don't pay it willingly, they're going to take it.
They're going to take that shit.
I mean,
they said they're tired of it. They're just tired of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You can kind of control how much they take by paying it. Because if you pay certain amount, okay, at least he paying it. But if you ain't paying shit,
they don't give a fuck no more.
You know what? We just gonna take what we want to take.
they're gonna take it.
Leave your ass with $200 every 2 weeks.
I don't know what y'all gonna do, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what's so crazy? And cats like me, I didn't go to college, and I would never rag on anyone that went to college, because of course I think you should get an education. The problem is, and we've been having these discussions many times, is the fact that it's too expensive.
We gotta pay for education.
And the basic, let me say this too, the basic thing that's a major problem, and I've always said this for years, is the fact that this same 18-year-old, 19-year-old that goes to college, y'all would not give him $10,000 to start his own or her business,
right?
But yet y'all would give this same person almost $100,000 on student loans. I don't understand that part about it, other than you trying to get someone jammed up. Because granted, I mean I get it. If student loans is, maybe 20, 30,000, you can work those things off even if you're young. You know what I'm saying? But the 100,000, like I'm hearing people getting the hundreds. Like what degree is you gonna make enough money to pay that back? It just doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, again, I can go down this rabbit hole because it just doesn't make any sense. I'd rather just get a welding job or some type of trade that at least I can make some good money and live the rest of my life comfortably. But I never understood that. You know what I'm saying? The student loans is crazy to me.
Yeah, 30 grand. That's
And that's actually,
and that's cheap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like from what I'm hearing, it's like cheap. That shit ain't nothing. That's like a semester.
Cause my second kid want to go to school too, and she going for marine biology. So you can already imagine,
man.
But one thing about her field, but she is, and one thing about her field is, like I told her, she can travel and work at every aquarium in this country. You know what I mean? And they make pretty good money. But it's a lot. Because the school that she had to transfer to, guess what it is? Florida State. Florida State is not cheap.
Yeah, get that bread.
But $250,000. You talking like some of them universities like $250,000, $300,000 for education.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Look.
And then you come out.
I'm not saying to just go out there and wild out and do something that's not good, but I'm just saying, like, it just makes you think, like, should I? Like, I mean, if you're going to be able to pay it back in about 4 to 5 years, I would say do it. But in some cases, you got cats that's in their 40s and 50s that still got student loans from 30 years ago. Like,
facts.
Facts. How the hell is this possible? You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing that there's so many loopholes to the point where you could just keep going to school just to keep tuition going. I'm hearing all this. I'm like, man, what the hell is going on here?
Right. Like, and that's what a lot of people do.
I never understood that. I never understood that.
They keep the money going, keep going to school, keep going. But at the end of the day,
you still owe that debt.
It's packing on to what you already stacking up.
That's terrible.
So you pushing your burden back to the point where, okay, you owe $30,000. Now you done went to school 3 more times. That 30 turned into goddamn 90. You know what I mean?
No, man.
So, it's... I understand people want to go to school. We don't knock that. Like G said, we ain't knocking the school, but man, education should be fucking free.
Definitely. Free. Look, man. I don't know.
If you want to learn, you should be able to learn free, my nigga.
Look, man. At this point, shit. I don't know what you're going to do, man. But I just know y'all going to have to pay that shit.
Well, you better put them goddamn shoes on and hit that block and sling them rocks.
Can't sling no rocks, man. Look, man, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but y'all have to pay that shit pretty soon, because they're gonna start garnishing your shit. They ain't playing no goddamn games, man. So
and you can't drop out now, because regardless you got to pay the shit back.
No, it's done.
Either if you halfway in school and you drop out, it don't make sense. You still got to pay that shit back. So you might as well go ahead and finish it. You be in debt.
Get your shit right.
Be mad at your government.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother story. But like I said, man, get your shit together. And another thing too, let me say this real quick before I leave. Y'all definitely gonna have to start living together. As far as like this whole, let me say this real quick though, because this got to come out, and we're gonna cut the show. But I realize that's the problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all gotta kind of start staying together. And when I say that, even when it comes to paying your student loans, it'll be just a lot easier. I'm just gonna say that. But with that being said, that's a whole nother topic. I don't want to even get too deep into it. I just said that because I think that would help out in a lot of ways. But nevertheless, we gonna come back.
Them student loans.
It's your boy Brob, man.
It's your boy D Tracy.
Look, man. Again, we can go down this rabbit hole, but we gonna say that for the next video for the most part. But yeah, pay them student loans, and we be back at y'all sometime tomorrow.
Get the man off your back.
Let's get it, man. We out.